Only in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love Key Talk.
Key Talk Society, check it out. Before the video gets started, I need y'all to like the video. You know what I'm talking about? You know I'm gonna come with the content every day, all day. You know what I'm talking about? They like the video for me. Take 2 seconds. Anyway. So Texas might be headed towards a civil war. Now y'all might be asking, how in the blue hell is Texas headed towards a civil war? Well, look at it. Texas is kind of one of those places that's like, we can do everything without the rest of the world. Like, we can secede from the rest of the United States and live perfectly fine in Texas. We got all the food we need, the power grids we need, pretty much everything that we need is pretty much here inside of Texas, right? Now, here's the thing about it. The federal government has actually told Texas and a lot of other places to cut the barbed wire, like pretty much the fences that's keeping out all the illegal immigrants. Now, shout out Key Talk Game Mexico. Y'all know I rock with y'all. When I say illegal immigrants, I don't want y'all to immediately think Mexico and Mexicans, right? Because it's way bigger than that. See, the world right now got y'all thinking every time you say illegal immigrants that you're thinking Mexican, right? That's what, just because it's always in the media like that. But in actuality, it's way deeper than that. You have illegal African immigrants coming in. You have illegal Asian immigrants coming in. You have illegal Russians. And y'all know that we're kind of at, not war with Russia, but at odds with Russia right now. So you have illegal Chinese people coming in. So you have all type of illegal people coming in. But where they're coming in at is they're all going to, or a lot of them is going to the Mexico border, and they're coming in through the Mexico border, right? So Texas and a couple other places got a metal fence, like they got metal barbed wire to where it'll cut them up and mess them up if they try to jump it. But the federal government is telling Texas to cut that fence. Now y'all might be asking why? Why would you cut a fence that's meant to keep people out? And that's the same thing that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, is saying. And he's pretty much saying, no, we're not doing it, and we're ready to fight for what we want to do. That's the kind of place Texas is, right? I'm going to read the report to y'all. But before I read it, like I say, I wanted y'all to understand that anytime I say illegal immigrants, don't just think Mexicans. Don't just think, because like I say, that's in the media. That's in y'all's head. But I'm telling y'all what actually happened, because I've seen the videos of Russians trying to get in through the border, Asians coming in through the border, Africans coming in through the border. So it's like a totality of a whole lot of different ethnic groups of people, right? But let me go ahead and get into reading the actual report, because the report, like I say, it actually says GOP governor have already sent troops to Texas amid civil war fears. So the fears of a civil war in Texas is already extremely high right now. And it's so high that they've actually already sent troops, literally sent troops to Texas just in case the Texans, and you know everybody inside of Texas got the thuka, got chops, wops, guns, whatever you want to call it, and they ready to fight for their rights at any time it comes, right? But it says multiple Republican-led states began sending personnel and resources months ago to combat increased migrant encounters at the U.S.-Mexico border, with one state saying that nothing is off the table. As tensions bubble between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Biden administration, because Biden administration want them to cut the fence, which will allow more immigrants to come in, more illegal immigrants to come in, of all sorts of people. Like I say, don't ever just think it's just one group of people, because it's not. That's just what's in the media. And then, of course, Greg Abbott is like, no, we're not cutting our fence. We're not letting everybody just keep coming in, right? Okay, so it says Abbott has voiced displeasure over Monday's 5-4 Supreme Court decision, which vacated an injunction from an appeals court and allowed federal border patrol agents to remove razor wire installed at the border by Texas officials under Abbott's direction. So Greg Abbott, who is the governor of Texas, is actually who said, hey, put that barbed wire fence there. Let's stop these people from coming in. But there was a vote at the Supreme Court, and the vote at the Supreme Court literally voted to remove it. And Greg Abbott ain't trying to go for that, right? And then it says it does not prevent Texas from erecting new wire. So even if they take that down, Texas will still do what they want to do and put it back up, right? It says on Thursday, 25 Republican governors backed Abbott and Texas constitutional authority to defend and protect itself against what has referred to as a migrant invasion of his state. Some believe the situation is escalating towards a civil war. So the 25 GOP governors, and GOP stands for Grand Old Party. So the 25 of them, they've sent their troops to actually help Texas. So I was thinking that the troops were sent to try to stop the Texas people, but they sent the troops to actually try and help Texas just in case a civil war happens, right? So Texas got some backing, even more backing than they already got, because the citizens of Texas ain't gonna play no games already, dog. Y'all should already know that, right? Then it says, the joint statement by the conservative governor reads, "We stand in solidarity with our fellow governor, Greg Abbott, and the state of Texas in utilizing every tool and strategy, including razor wire fences, to secure the border." It says, "We do it in part because the Biden administration is refusing to enforce immigration laws already on the books and is illegally allowing mass parole across America of migrants who have entered our country illegally." And when we say illegally, it's not just Mexicans. I know that's just what y'all think in the media, because that's just what's in the media, but it's all towards people, Russians, Ukrainians, Chinese, Africans, all type of people, right? And then it says, in August, 14 Republican-led states provided resources and personnel to Operation Lone Star, a multi-agency effort in Texas to apprehend illegal immigrants and make criminal arrests. On Thursday, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin provided a full-throated endorsement of Texas' handling of the border situation. It says, Christian Martinez, spokesperson for Youngkin, told Newsweek via email on Thursday that the state has deployed approximately 100 soldiers and airmen to Texas. Texas is literally gearing up for a civil war, and people is here to help out Texas that's gearing up for the civil war. They're sending troops already, as y'all can hear me literally reading the report, right? It says, it stems from an executive order issued by Youngkin last May. The Biden administration inability to secure our southern border has turned every state into a border state. The southern border has experienced tremendous challenges with human trafficking, drug trafficking, the flow of people, and threats to national security. Now, obviously, you can guess why they don't want a whole lot of illegal immigrants coming over here, because it'll pretty much drain out whatever the American culture is and bring in all sorts of new cultures, which will kind of like change the society over time. If enough illegal immigrants come in, whatever they may be, whether it's Chinese, African, Russian, whatever it may be, right, it can literally change the culture of here, right? It's kind of like, think about it, when the Pilgrims came over here and then the Native Americans that were already here, and what happened? They ended up letting them on the land, being kind to them, getting slaughtered, and getting their land taken, right? And a whole new culture, a whole new society, whole new language, all type of stuff ended up taking over, right? So that's something that I'm obviously that they want to prevent and want to keep the current stuff that's in place, the current society, the current, what do you want to, just society in place, right? And a lot of stuff within a society, okay? So then it says, Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders deployed 80 Arkansas National Guard soldiers between June 24th through August 5th. So this is, they've been knowing that this was happening. These places have already been preparing for Texas to do a civil war, and they've already been planning to go help out Texas just in case a civil war happens, right? There could be more going down south in the future. It says Governor Sanders supports Governor Greg Abbott. Of course, Greg Abbott is the Texas governor. Efforts to secure the southern border, and nothing is off the table to assist Texas with their efforts to combat Biden's failure. Sanders spokesperson Alexa Henning told Newsweek via email on Thursday she will continue to raise concern about the humanitarian and security crisis, human trafficking and drug trafficking that is affecting every state in the nation due to Biden administration disastrous open border policy. Also on Thursday, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem told Fox News' Sean Hannity that she will travel to the war zone at the border. So they're literally calling the border a war zone, right? Because of what's going down and what's actually happening. A lot of us ain't at the border. We don't know what's actually happening inside at the border. You know what I'm talking about? We just see what we see on the news. But we also have to use our brain and understand and actually see the videos that's actually been put out now, and that we can clearly see what's happening there, so we can know exactly when it says illegal immigrants, who actually are the illegal immigrants, which is all around the world, and they're coming here and they're going through Mexico and they're crossing the border. So just because you hear, oh man, 5 million people came through the border in a matter of 2 years through the Mexico border, you just automatically think Mexico, right? But it's all type of people, right? Okay, let's continue. Anyway, so it says her office told Newsweek that she deployed 50 South Dakota National Guards soldiers last summer, and more may be on their way. I'm willing to send National Guards down there to stand alongside them, Noam told Hannity. I want it to be different arrangements this time. If we're going to enforce Texas law, and if I'm going to have the ability to use these soldiers in a way that's effective, that will be absolutely fantastic. North Dakota currently has approximately, listen to all of these countries or all of these states that's down to help out Texas. You know what I'm talking about? Now we're in North Dakota. It says North Dakota currently has approximately 125 soldiers from the 817th Engineer Company deployed at the southern border on Title 10 mobilization. Title 10 mobilization. I'm sure if I look that up, that's probably something wild. Means they're kind of ready to go to war. But I'm not going to look it up right now, right? It says a spokesperson for the North Dakota governor, Doug Burgum, told Newsweek they were sent in response to Texas Emergency Management Assistance Compact. Now we go. South Dakota. We was in North Dakota. They ready. Now South Dakota. South Dakota, neighbor to North, originally sent approximately 100 members of the Wahpeton-based 188th Engineer Company last August, serving a 30-day mission as part of a joint operation between the Texas Department of Public Safety and Texas Military Department. A spokesperson for Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen referred Newsweek to his past deployment, including 10 state troopers to the Texas border last May. Another 61 Nebraska, another 61 Nebraska Army National Guard soldiers were stationed at the Texas border between August 2nd and September 1st. Right now, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt, one of the 25 who signed the letter, told Newsweek on Thursday, I mean, right now you've got the federal agents who are cutting the wire, and when you've got Texas National Guard on the border to put up the wire, this is a power keg worth of tension. It's a very weird situation. We certainly stand with Texas on right. So listen, you have federal agents, right? They're cutting the barbed wire, which is making it easier for all the immigrants to come in. But then you have National Guards and other people from other states there putting it back up. So they're chopping them down and they're putting them back up. So it's like it's a civil war. Civil war means like a war within the state, right? It's like a war within that country. So if it's domestic civil war, it's within Texas, right? It's kind of like a war within yourself. But so we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much all I want to let y'all know about today. Because I did see someone in the comment section said, "Hey man, speak about the civil war that's brewing up in Texas," and this is definitely, you know, I'm talking about something that's brewing up, because just based off the fact that other states have been sending their troops and people, their engineers and their people and literally to come and help out Texas, that literally says a whole lot. You know what I'm talking about? If something do pop off though, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be wild, because Texas ain't gonna play at all, and people in Texas ain't gonna play at all, and just about everybody in Texas got guns. You know what I'm talking about? And I would say except the felons and the criminals, but most of the felons and the criminals got guns too. You know what I'm talking about? So if anything was to pop off or is to pop off, a lot of bloodshed will happen inside of Texas. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to be an event that will be remembered for a long time, because Texans are stubborn, hard-headed, and kind of got the little mind process of what we say go. You know what I'm talking about? If we don't want this here, then we don't want to have that there. You know what I'm talking about? So what Texas says is what's going to go down. Anyways, let me know something. So how do y'all feel about this? You know what I'm talking about? How do y'all feel about the illegal immigration that's actually happening at the Mexican border? Like I told y'all, it's not just Mexicans, because that's what y'all gonna think, because that's what's in the media. It's people from all over. Asians, Russians, Africans, Ukrainians, all over, right? Let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about his entire ordeal.